Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Live from John Cain Memorial Park. Hello and welcome to John Cain Memorial Park as football returns after a 3-match hiatus. It is NPL2 in Victoria. It is Northcote City sitting in 4th place on the table. They are hosting the boys from North Geelong, the Warriors. They're sitting in 9th. They've had a good run of form before football stopped, whereas Northcote City have had a good start to the season so far. Both sides really pivotal. 3 points today to pick up. Thanks for joining us for this one. My name is Steve Curtin and looking forward to bringing you this game. It is being played behind closed doors, so we look forward to your company. Let us know where you're watching this one from, and we'll do our best to give you a shout out and keep your morale up. And hopefully we'll be back watching the football live in person this time next week as the players prepare to kick off here. They're just going to change ends. A bit of team news here. 3 changes to that Northcote City side from their last outing where they went down to Pascoe Vale. Coming into the starting 11 is Anthony Risk, Christopher Cristaldo and Luis Alberto Gonzalez de la Sierra. While for the Warriors, just one change to their starting lineup. Michael Anderson comes in to the team that had a 1-1 draw with Brunswick City, top of the table Brunswick City, might I add too, in their last outing. And the goal scorer from that particular occasion, Eugene Kin, drops to the bench. So just the one change there for the Warriors as we get underway here. And you can see Northcote City in their all-blue kit. They're playing from the right to the left of your screen at home. So we are underway now. It's an early header away by Bannervarts, and this is Anderson, the man we said who's just come into the side for North Geelong. That one's going to run all the way through to Philip Petrovski in goal in that all-orange kit there for Northcote City, and he just rolls it out there to Toby Hegel, the German central defender, who, don't be fooled by his shirt number, he wears number 9, he is a defender. And Northcote City looking to come forward. We'll just give you those full starting lineups as soon as we can as Northcote City on the ball here, and that chance just eluded the outstretched foot there of Luis Alberto Gonzalez de la Sierra, looking to get on the end of that ball as Northcote City attacked down the right hand side here. Now this is Opperman, his pass is a bit loose here and he's turned it over. It's a chance for Anthony Risk, and that one ran through for a goal kick. So a bit of a nervy start here after the plays. They haven't played competitive match now for 28 days, both of these sides. So all in all, a 4-week layoff. Missing 2 matches, round 10 and round 11, plus what would have been a weekend off anyway, the Queen's Birthday long weekend last week, as Kosdra's trying to play the ball there, and he's very well closed down by that Northcote City opponent there, which is Christopher Cristaldo, one of those players coming into the starting 11 for Northcote City this week. Throw there to Nogla. Over the top, there's no one there to run onto it though for the Warriors. So those starting teams this afternoon here for this match at John Cain Memorial Park. In goal, the man on the ball now, Philip Petrovski for Northcote City. The outfield players, the captain, James Carvelis, Kevin Lynch, Toby Hegel, Anthony Risk, Lucas Tavir, Costa Apostolopoulos, Christopher Cristaldo, George Salakides, Luis Alberto Gonzalez de la Sierra, and Jonathan Abunas. As play develops right in front of our commentary position here. Touch for Skoko. Back to Bannervarts in the number 5 jersey at the heart of defence for the Warriors. Back to his keeper, Hamish Flavel. And North look to play out here. That North Geelong starting lineup in goal, Hamish Flavel, a back 4 of Nick Kosdra, Matt Stosic, Anthony Bannervarts and George Alice in midfield. It's Michael Anderson, a Lucas Skoko, the captain Ryan Opperman. Providing the width on the left is Jamie Nogla and John Pickett on the right. Up front, leading the line, the number 9 is Luka Jerkovic. Those substitutes, Northcote City, their bench includes Kyonjun Jeong, Feston Azizi, Noah Mihalides, who scored in their last outing, Johnny Apostolopoulos, and Gabriel Matty is the sub-keeper for North Geelong Warriors. A return to the bench for Lockie McGrath, who hasn't played since these teams met back in round 1 in what was a 3-3 draw. Other substitutes include Thomas Hiddich, Julian Cassano, Benjamin Russell and Yuji Kin, who, as we said earlier, scored in the last outing for the Warriors. So a bit of a surreal atmosphere here with this match going on behind closed doors without that usual roar of the spectators. It's just up to the players and officials here to give us a bit of atmosphere. But we'll do our best to bring you the action, and we hope you're enjoying it from wherever you may be tuning in. As we said, if you're casting this one onto YouTube, just pop open the phone and get onto the Facebook stream. Comments in the Facebook stream. We will do our best to give you a shout out. As we said, keep everyone's morale up. We know that you're missing your football. And of course, the only people here are players, officials, and those supervising under 18 age players. This is Bannervarts now, out wide. It's Ellis up the line, looking for John Pickett, the Englishman. He can't make that one, and Toby Heagle just plays it back to his keeper there in Philip Petrovsky. Very composed on the ball is Heagle. Recently joined from Moreland City, one of two players to make the switch from Moreland City to Northcote City during last month. Both Toby Heagle and Christopher Cristaldo coming across from Campbell Reserve. Bit of space here on the left-hand side for Kevin Lynch. He beats his man. Into the area goes Kevin Lynch, keeps his feet well, gets to the byline, and a good sliding challenge there from Banavarts. Knocks it behind for the first corner kick of the match, but it was definitely the brightest moment of the match so far. That very fine run and attacking play from Kevin Lynch, the number 7 for Northcote City. Hello to Stan, who's tuning in, watching at home in Bentley. And we hope to see you at the game next week, Stan. As a short corner routine, up in the air by Cristaldo, and it just hangs for a while. Heagle's header. It's away by Banavarts. Kosdra, solid tackle there. Carvallis played it out wide. Good ball in behind by Boonis. Boonis, the man we saw doing his thing out at Green Gully Reserve before his spell here at NPL2. He's a commanding figure in the centre of the park. So he gets on the ball now, picking it up from his captain there in Carvallis. First time pass there is a beauty by Della Sierra. Well, in fact, I spoke too soon. It does run out for a North Geelong throw-in right in front of the Northcote City bench. And Kosdra wasting no time getting up and running again. And offside decision there, going against John Pickett. Well, he might have almost been played on by the man on the near side there, which is Kevin Lynch. It's a close call. Our linesmen today, Jamie Azzopardi and Stephen Demetriou. And turnover here, and the shot flies in. Good save by Flavel. It was Apostolopoulos with the shot from around 20 yards, warming the hands and stinging the palms there of Hamish Flavel, who was more than equal to the chance. But first shot on target for the match there. Costa Apostolopoulos is the man. Wide ball here. This is Anthony Risk. He's been busy early. Plays a little 1-2. Risk again. Boonis' first time pass. And chance there, and turned behind by George Ellis. And he needed to be, because that man, Kevin Lynch, who's been a live wire so far, playing down the left for Northcote City, was getting to the byline, not for the first time this afternoon. And the second corner of the match be taken by Northcote City, as the man wandering over to take it in the shadows there. There's a few pigeons just flying away. They're our only spectators here today. The feathered variety. It is Cristaldo with the corner. Aimed it in at Flavel, and the whistle went before Flavel took that one. It will be a free kick for what can only have been a minor infringement. I didn't pick it up myself. Glorious conditions really for a winter's day, June afternoon. There's not a breath of wind here. And the pitch here at John Cain is now bathed in sunshine as Flavel plays that ball up in the air over the halfway line. Boonis wins the header. Kosdra's ball over the top, looking for Pickett. Can't get on the end of that one. Lynch. Rizk. Those two are combining well down that side. This is a chance for Luca Trevere, looking to beat his man. Skoko did well there, getting back, did the central midfielder. Up the line by Pickett, and that one's going to go out for a Northcote City throw, and Northcote can keep the Warriors pinned back for the moment. Carvallis, the skipper. This is Boonis. plays it against the referee. First touch of the match for Daniel Ulevsky. Blows his whistle, and he's going to offer the consolation of a drop ball, which Boonis can take uncontested. Well, we thought the play was building up there as he was looking to find that pass to Luca Tavia. Instead, the restart, a big switch out to the right-hand side. Offerman to the feet of Jurkovic. Good first-time pass, getting Nogler involved in the game. And again there, great positioning by Toby Hegel. Cristaldo, first time off the chest. Offerman's back to mop it up. Alice's ball goes back to Flavel. Anderson now. He's got Nogler in support. It's Jamie Nogler, but again, Hegel, his positioning has been on point so far in the first 11 minutes here at John Cain this afternoon. Offerman, 1-2 with Kosdra. Plays it in, looking for Pickett. This is John Pickett. Can he turn and shoot, perhaps? Gets back onto his right boot and will show too much of it to Boonas. Now Nogler on the curl. And sticking like super glue into the hands there of Philip Petrevsky. First shot on target by the Warriors, and it was a good attempt by Nogler. Just a little bit more elevation and curl, or a little bit closer to that far post. And he opens the scoring. But not for the heroics of Philip Petrovsky. Saw some great content on the Northcote City Facebook page this week of the two Northcote City keepers, Petrovsky, along with Gabriel Matti, in action at training with a series of stills formed into a video. Very artistic content there by whoever put that together. Very well done as North Geelong win their first corner of the afternoon. And they can send the big men forward to try and contest this one aerially. And the players will have the sun in the eyes here too, as Nick Kosdra wanders over to take this corner kick. Nick Kosdra, the man who's playing at left back today, he's going to try the in-swinger. Kosdra's ball in, and there was a chance there at the front post as Jurkovic was ghosting in, but he just couldn't get the vital touch. And then here comes Northcote City on the break, and good tackle in the end by Anderson. Apostolopoulos plays it out wide, back into Boonis. Ball in here, and opportunity for Northcote, well blocked. It was Luca Tavia, who's been a live wire early. It's been a real handful for that North Geelong defence. His shot was well blocked on that occasion, though. Well, wherever you're tuning in, we hope you're enjoying this match being played behind closed doors this afternoon. It's NPL2 in Victoria, round 12 action. These players in their first competitive game for 28 days. It's great to see football back, and we do hope to see you back at the football. Hopefully, all things going well this time next week. Ball forward by Boonis. Brought down well. This is another chance for Luca Tavia. Out wide is Anthony Risk. Back to Tavia. Boonis' ball. Risk. This is Lynch. Good spell of possession here for Northcote. All the way back to Hegel. Boonis now. Well, they just can't quite play their way through a well-positioned North Geelong defence at the moment. And Pickett's on the charge here. John Pickett tries the shot, and the sliding challenge by the skipper there, Carvallis, was enough to deter the attempt. And Kosdra got a foot in there to block that pass. It was coming through. Northcote get the throw. right in front of that construction site on the far side. Facilities just keep increasing here. Darebin International Sports Centre precinct. It's a real mecca, several synthetic fields. And netball courts to the left behind the goal. Some more indoor facilities going on. Under construction there. Ball over the top looking for Cristaldo. And he ends up conceding the throw to North Geelong. They're pinned back in their own half though, North Geelong, as Cosdra takes the throw. It's up to Anderson, and he couldn't lock it in. Boonis. This is Carvallis now. Looking to switch the play out to this near side. Petrovski. This is Toby Hegel. Celebrated his birthday last Saturday, Toby Hegel. Looking to find a gift 7 days later. This is Nogler now for North Geelong. What can he conjure up? Well, he hit his pass straight against Hegel. Cosdra now. Ball goes back to Alice. Banavats. Alice's pass is blocked by Cristaldo and a goal kick for North Geelong. So certainly a slow burn so far in the first 16 minutes here. Keep those comments coming in. Hello, Fortunato. Hello from the Renders. Tuning in this afternoon. We'll keep those shout-outs coming to you. I'm sure you're hoping for an early goal in this one to kickstart the action. At the moment, chances have been fairly limited. Early doors, though, still. Boonis favoured to win the header, and he does. Hoffman got a foot in here. Now, Boonis has switched to Lynch. He's been getting forward from that left-back role. Boonis again at the heart of everything at the moment. First time pass in is Kevin Lynch. And a curling attempt there. De La Sierra not far away at all. He's had a bright opening to this game, has De La Sierra. So coming into that starting lineup from the team that lost their last match 2-1 to Pascoe Vale. On that occasion, it was Noah Mihalides with the 60th minute penalty in that 2-1 loss 4 weeks ago today. Where for North Geelong, it was a 1-1 with Brunswick City. Back there on the 22nd of May, Yuji Kin the goal. Also on the 60th minute. Anderson now, and he's going to win a second corner for North Geelong. And I see Nick Cosdra wander over to take the in-swinger once again. See Alice and Banavats come forward, the two centre halves. Cosdra raises one arm, swings it into the penalty spot. It's a header by Banavats. Good connection, but it went straight down the middle and ended up being fairly easy for Petrovski. Carvallis. Hegel. De La Sierra. Easy to pick with the socks down. Cristaldo. De La Sierra's there. And the chance now at the back post for Rizk. And it just won't quite go in. Well, that's as close as we've come to a goal so far. Anthony Rizk was waiting at the back post after the earlier attempt. And Northcote City, still they go to try and break the deadlock here. So we've in the 20th minute And they've got the chance from the corner kick here. There's no sun in the eyes for this one. It's drilled in low at the front post. It's blocked by Alice. It's away by Nogler. The clearance was more horizontal than vertical. In footballing tactics terms at least. And the throw will be taken by Anthony Risk. In fact, no, he's going to put it down and let his left back take it. So he can push on himself. Lynch with the throw. Over the top, looking for Dalla Sierra. And still he goes, Dalla Sierra. He just slipped at the vital moment. And Banavarts and Alice, they get back to mop up. Pickett now. Up the line by the Englishman. Anderson gets there first. It just bounced awkwardly for him and he couldn't quite lock it in. Now Nogler might almost beat the keeper there. But again, Philip Petrovski well off his line to clear up the danger. Boonis. Bit of a mismatch in size with he and Skoko in there. It's high up in the air by Flavel. So 0-0 here if you just joined us. Both teams have managed attempts on goal. The keepers haven't been troubled particularly yet. Ball inside by Chavia. Hegel. Carvalis. This is the right back, Selakides, in the white boots. There's space for him to move into. It's almost got a feel of like a round one sort of contest to it after the break. That sort of feeling where there's a lot to lose and teams will just sit back at times a bit more than they would when the going gets full swing mid-season, as we would otherwise be in round 12 now. Nogler looking to play over the top. Pickett looks to be onside, but the flag went up, but it didn't matter anyway because it ran all the way through there to Philip Petrovski. Carvalis. Back from Apostolopoulos. Now Boonis. Out wide is Cristaldo. Pickett's drifted inside. Anderson, first time pass from Jurkovic. Asking a little bit too much of Anderson though, and Lynch mops up. Risk, Boonis. Tavia. Alice shielding the eyes and clearing that one away. We are approaching the winter solstice. This is about as low as the sun gets in the sky here in Melbourne. So you can almost afford the players a pair of sunglasses in this match. As the flag's up there for offside decision against Dalla Sierra. The North Geelong offside trap does its job. Banavarts now. Alice. Opperman. Flick by Nogler was crafty and effective as well. Gets it back from Kosdra. I just think Nogler is a key for North Geelong. If he can get on the ball a little bit more, their chances of opening the scoring will significantly increase. Tough challenge there on Tavia. Goes to ground. He's up. Now Skoko. Nogler. Opperman. All the way back to Ellis. Banavarts. Looking for options. And Pickett was the target of that pass, but he just moved behind his man. Now the chase is on for Risk if he can keep this one in. And he does well to do so, but in doing so only succeeded in showing the ball to Banavarts. Opperman now and Alice. George Alice in the headband. Kosdra just runs out of room there in front of Northcote City's coach, Peter Salakis. And North Geelong's coach also in the opposite dugout there, Stuart Begg. They've had some good results of North Geelong since he took the helm, stepping up from assistant a couple of games before the lockdown. A resounding win away to Kingston City, and then a draw against top of the table side Brunswick City. Now this is Anthony Risk. Can he go past Opperman? Inside to Via. Salakides. Still he goes, Salakides. Gets around two North Geelong opponents and gets the ball in, looking for Dalla Sierra. And in the end, they do win the corner kick. And we have got a very special member about to join us in the commentary position in just a moment or two. We'll keep you in suspense. If you can guess who it might be, just jot the name down in the comments. As Northcote City prepare to take this corner kick. The big men are forward. Again, it's a low delivery. Chance here for Apostolopoulos from distance. It was a good effort. And Flavel was well positioned to get his body behind that one. Not the first time Apostolopoulos has fired at Flavel this afternoon. And Stosic just goes back to his goalkeeper there. Alice. So still a cagey one. It's a game that definitely needs a goal, and you fancy that. And Banavarts earns the foul there. Really milked it out of Dalla Sierra as Alice comes forward. It's busy ahead of him, a lot of blue shirts. Hoffman dropping in to try and create the play. Now Anderson's got a chance moving forward. It's Michael Anderson, and their good challenge there. Salakides sliding in there, the Northcote City right back, and North Geelong will earn the throw. And we haven't seen North Geelong have too much play on that far side. In fact, it is a corner kick for Nogla. Hello to Sean. Thank you for your comment. As Nogla takes the corner kick, Jurkovic is there. It's going to run all the way through here to Skoko. Can he get a good ball in? It's off the foot of Pickett. Bouncing around the penalty area. And it runs all the way through to Petrovski. And Northcote City can reboot. Now, it's a very warm welcome to the commentary position. The man sitting to my right. We are reunited again for the first time in 4 weeks. Good afternoon, Craig Filer.
Good afternoon, Stephen. Good afternoon, listeners. Hope everybody's well. Cracking day. Good to see good to see the sun out a little bit. No rain and football back. Just what we need, Stevie.
That's exactly right, Craig. And for everyone who's sick of hearing my voice, you've got to mix it up a little bit now. As Northcote City are on the attack here. Flavel down to smother that one. Pickett and away by Skoko. As I said, Sean, thank you for your comment. Noted. A bit of confusion with the two boys in 34 and 35. And apologies for that. Dalla Sierra on the turn. Up the field by Flavel. Brought down well by Jurkovic, but he showed a little bit too much of it to the opponent in that occasion. Now Bunis. This is Risk. Looking to get around Alice. Alice has done well up the line. Jurkovic. Good play by Jurkovic. He's released Nick Kosdra. He's going to play it over the top. This is Pickett. Pickett has a bit of pace about him. But good defending there. Hegel. He's been excellent this afternoon so far, and he's so calm. He's just going to walk it out of the 6-yard box there, Craig. Very composed defending.
Indeed, yes. And it's Pickett, not Pickett. So just pronunciation there for you. It's,
apologies for that one.
That's okay, because he'll stab you for getting it wrong.
We don't want to upset the Englishman.
But just looking, obviously a late comer, so I do apologise to everybody. But the pitch looks very heavy, Steve. Looks flat, but very, very heavy, especially this near side of the ground.
I think so. This side of the ground, the near side, is a little bit chopped up. It's in shade most of the day during winter. Almost need to bring out the heat lamps to keep the grass growing in that particular part of the ground. As Nogler on the ball, back to Kosdra. Nogler again. Looking for Skoko, but he can't find him. Boonis now. Salakides. It's a good turn there. And a second time this afternoon, Daniel Ilevsky, one of the nicer men in the middle here. He's had his second touch of the afternoon, though, there. And we have another drop ball. What do you think about that, Craig? Good rule with the drop ball coming into play now?
Yeah, I think it is, Steve. I think it stops the game when the referee touches it. So I think it's a good addition to the rule, much like the handball situation in the Euro, Steve. They seem to have changed that, and doesn't seem to be many issues for players, does there?
No, it's one of those things that's had very few complaints. It's a sort of a source of frustration when players unintentionally play a wall pass that goes to the opponent off the referee's boot, and it's been completely snuffed out of the game as Hegel wins that header uncontested. Della Sierra plays it forward to Risk. Anthony Risk coming inside, looking for Della Sierra. Come off the hand of Skoko there, and it's going to be a free kick in a very promising position here for Northcote City.
Yeah, I would imagine Jonathan Bunas is going to get on the end of this one. The big, tall, stocky figure of Bunas, who's played at a very good level, as we all know. Would imagine he's going to be looking to take this one.
Well, he's put the ball down. There's a few showing interest. Other ones include the left-back Kevin Lynch. I guess it's always good to provide that left-footed angle, but you would think that this will suit the right-footed Bunas much more. As you're saying, Craig, he's a big unit, Jonathan Bunas. He's been a very good recruit for Northcote City this season. So, top-flight NPL experience. Bunas with the strike. Pushed away by Flavel and followed up there, and a chance goes begging for Luca Chavir. Cristaldo chases that one down but can't keep it in, and North Geelong will win the throw. So a decent amount of power on that free kick, but perhaps need to place it a little bit closer to the Spider's lair to beat Flavel there, Craig.
Yeah, good height for Hamish Flavel in the goal, and he did what all good goalkeepers do and powered it away to safety away from the goal.
Mrs. Alice. Back to Banavats. And he's nearly made a meal of that one. As you're saying, a bit of a heavy pitch there, just sort of stuck in the grass. Fortunately, his blushes were saved, as far as North Geelong Warriors are concerned. There's a diagonal ball, doesn't come off. A little bit too much slice across underneath it, and it runs through to Filip Petrovski.
Yeah, this is a new pitch here at John Cain Stadium, Steve. It's relayed through the summer. I don't think Northcote actually played a home game for the first 4 or 5 rounds, I think, just to get it ready. But looks very good.
Now that would make sense. They do have a string of home games at the moment. Northcote City, they were at home in their last match against Pascoe Vale. They've got 2 more home matches coming up in rounds 13 and 14 against Langwarrin and the bottom side Manningham United Blues over the next 2 Saturdays to follow this match. And as we said, we hope, so we're speaking to some of the officials here, they do draw very good crowds, Northcote City, and hopefully their crowds will be back here for those 2 fixtures. As Lynch is trying to turn on a bit of style, they're almost conceded the corner. And Alice was wondering if it might have been a corner, but the decision is a goal kick.
Yeah, it's a little bit eerie without supporters in the stadium. Although I've just on the synthetic pitches next door here at the Sports Centre at Darabin, and there was, I think, South Melbourne under-19s playing Port Melbourne Sharks under-19s, and yeah, hell of a lot of parents watching, so some of those kids must have had 4 or 5 parents watching them, which is a little bit strange because they're only supposed to allow one person, aren't they? 4 under 18s, but hey, silly rule.
There we go. As you mentioned, you can see in the background of your picture there, you can see the Port Melbourne Sharks and South Melbourne coming back out for what I would assume is the second half of their match. And there was some decent talent out there on the synthetic field there. And you've been coaching yourself just before this one, Craig. How did your match go?
Yeah, unfortunately, Steve, it was a fantastic game of football. 2 very, very good footballing sides, both top of the ladder. Unfortunately for North Geelong, the Northcote City boys got on top with a 4-3 win. Good advert for football. Just unfortunately that we just couldn't get over the line. But congratulations to Northcote on a deserved win.
Well, the most important take home, I think, is that the junior football is back on at NPL level. It's an important development pathway in Victoria, and it's a shame to see it halted for a couple of weeks, but it's back now as Northcote City looking to turn the screws on North Geelong there. The pass by Luca Tavir. He's been so busy, the number 16 in central midfield today, already in this first half, as Banovarts looks to play forward to John Pikett. That one skids off that sodden bit of turf there that's, as we said, it's got a bit of a problem. It's in 24/7 shadow this time of year as we approach the winter solstice. This is a big grandstand, this one. It's a bit of a workout. If you picture that event, the stadium stomp, that's what it felt like carrying all of our kit up here before the game. Might need a bit of a leg massage after this one, perhaps, but at the moment, we're just looking for a goal or two at the moment as these sides. Still a stalemate here as Carvallis brings the ball across the halfway line. This is Salakides. His pass is cut out there by Kosdra, who goes on a bit of a run himself and just got caught there, clipped on the way through, and he wins the Warriors a free kick as we move into the latter stages of this first half here at John Cain Memorial Park. Hello to Brenton and Lara, thank you for tuning in. One of our biggest fans, well, our biggest fan, I think we can probably say that. He's one of, at times, what can we describe him as? Our personal hype man. He follows all of our commentary games and our Football Out West program, the Geelong Soccer Show, the whole lot.
He's an encyclopedia of information, is Brenton Ray. I'm sure he'll be very disappointed at home there in Lara after seeing his beloved Hoppers Crossing lose Friday night game up at Westgate last night, Steve. Yeah,
he no doubt would have loved to have been there last night and not at home on the couch at Lara.
No, I believe he was at the game.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah. He's designated official. Well, I'm sure he enjoyed being there, if not for the result. Now, Salakides' ball gets to the back post and Risk can score, but he finds the back of the net as the flag goes up for offside. That one's going to be ruled out. Well, it was the first time we saw an accurate finish there. We've seen a few similar chances. That was the best of them. Tucked it away on his left foot. Looked up in horror as the flag was up on the far side.
Yeah, good finish.
He took it well.
Good finish.
Now, if you're tuning in on YouTube and casting to your TV, do you want to see a replay of that action? Obviously, the camera angle won't be side on, but if you want to see that again, just do a little double tap on the left-hand side of your phone screen on the video. That's how you can effectively catch a replay of any moment that happens during these matches. Ball in behind looking for a Risk again. He was onside that time, I fancy, but it ran through to Flavel. As I was saying, a little double tap on your YouTube screen and you can go back and catch something from 10 seconds, 20 seconds or 30 seconds before. That's our best option to find a little replay, and then you can just skip it forward again to the live pictures and give yourself a break from hearing us on repeat after that probably as well.
Listen to us on what?
On repeat.
On what?
It's good to be back.
Did you get up to watch the Euros this morning, Steve, at any of the games?
Well, I watched a bit of the dull game last night that was Sweden-Slovakia, and I wasn't super impressed by the action there, and caught the highlights of the other two games this morning. What about yourself?
Yeah, I wish I'd got up and watched the Slovakia one, to be honest with you. The England one was dour. I have to say, it's look, give fair play to Scotland. I thought their organisation, their structure was superb and didn't allow England to be able to play. But having said that, the players that England got should have been able to be able to open up a Scottish team. But fair play to them on a fantastic point for Scotland. But very disappointed in England.
And that's it. We woke up to a barrage of social media jokes directed at the English national team this morning. I think the consensus was that they would win and win by a number of goals. Certainly wasn't the case, and that's what's good about football. Nogla's ball in. It's headed away by Lynch. And on the attack here, it's Tavia. Still he goes, the number 16. Apostolopoulos. Well, that wasn't the ball he wanted. I'm sure one or two of these North Geelong players were up watching the 2 a.m. game, Croatia and the Czech Republic, which also ended in a draw.
1-1. Yep. Interesting stat from the England game, Steve, that the goalkeeper for England had 8 more touches of a football than Harry Kane in the minutes that Harry Kane was on the pitch.
That is a fantastic stat,
story, doesn't it?
Whoever's coming up with these stats, they're not being paid enough. I say that's fantastic.
27 touches compared to 19. That's best striker in Europe, apparently.
This is Tavia now, looking to find risk. Well out, Flavel. Came out with the feet. Jokovic with the first time pass. Skoko.
Well played.
Great ball for Nogla. Jamie Nogla, he's in on goal here. Nogla. And he's put it wide. I'm not sure if he was actually trying to find the advancing Michael Anderson there, perhaps at the far post. But that was a good piece of play there by Skoko to release Nogla, who Rue's missing that chance.
Yeah, that was a glaring opportunity. You'd normally bet your house on Jamie Nogla putting that one out. I don't know whether it got stuck under his feet or whether he was actually trying to play the crossfield pass. But you'd bet your house on Jamie scoring those opportunities. But it stays at 0-0, Steve.
It does, and it's also 0-0 over at Adventure Park. Avondale and Dandenong City doing battle. And Dandenong City have lost their keeper, Jasko Kranovic, to a red card on 17 minutes. So you'd think Avondale should be able to make the most of that numerical advantage against one of the teams that are residing down at the bottom end of the NPL table. Thank you for the score updates there, Brenton. He's been on fire lately with the updates, has Brenton.
And of course, Avondale will be making their way to Alco Park on Tuesday night, Steve, for the FFA Cup.
That's correct. It's a big return to football for North Geelong. Lynch blocked by Skoko, and it bounced back off Lynch, and, well, to his disbelief, goes out for a goal kick. So we say these boys out on the park today, they haven't played for 28 days in a competitive match, and for North Geelong, they get to play Saturday and then Tuesday. So hopefully everyone can recover well. They better stay well hydrated tonight on the appropriate sort of beverages to recover in time to take on the almighty Avengers on Tuesday. A very tough fixture, that one, in the FFA Cup.
Yeah, it will be, Steve. And look, some of these North boys, or the majority of them out here, are all Geelong-based players. So they would have been training for the last 2 weeks down at Geelong, obviously because of the restrictions. But only in the last week of Northcote being able to manage to get back on the field, which is could be a bit of a problem for them with towards the end of the game, maybe a little bit of fitness. 2 or 3 weeks off is a long time.
Yeah, it is a slight advantage that the regional teams, and there's not too many regional teams floating around in the NPL level. Obviously, we've got Geelong, North Geelong, Ballarat City. They have had the chance to train for an extra week, and they've had the access to use the local gyms and such a week sooner than their metro counterparts. Nogla gets there first. He's got Jerkovic on the charge. The flag was up. I'm not sure if the flag was against Jerkovic or perhaps Anderson there, but, well, he's signalling for a near side offside, so I guess he's saying that it was definitely Jerkovic. He felt it was offside there, but, yeah, he's put the flag up quite a few times there. Has the linesman on this near side. He might need a jacket as well because he's just chilling in the shadows here. I'd much rather be on the far side of the ground in the sunshine. Apostolopoulos' ball through, and now Dalla Sierra, and then away by Banavarts. Salakidis brings it down the chest. Bunis now. Carvelis. Ball up field for Cristaldo. He's a live wire. And Flavel comes out. It was nearly a collision between Sosic and Dalla Sierra there. But Flavel dusts himself off. Might be a little bit ginger after that one. Just taking his time and taking a couple of deep breaths.
Yeah, and as we said, the pitch will play a part in those sort of collisions as well, Steve. As I said, it's very damp. We've had a lot of rain over the last week or so.
Yes, particularly the week before last. It's almost fortunate there was no football on last week because there would have been some very heavy pitches around Melbourne after those wild storms that came through that are quite notorious now on the Wednesday of last midweek. Good first touch by Lynch there, bringing it down up the line to Risk. He's been a busy man, Anthony Risk, coming back into the starting 11 today. Good tackle by Banavarts though. Skoko's ball to Nogler, who's drifted inside, looking to play the 1-2. Gets it back. This is Pikett. He's got pressure from two opponents over the top, trying to find Anderson, and eventually Salakidis and Bunis combine to clear the danger. And, well, 0-0 at half-time. You can only say it's a score that befits what we've seen out there in the best possible way, of course. It's good to have football back. There has been chances for both sides. The only one that we saw put in the back of the net was that one for Anthony Risk that was ruled out for offside. So, Craig, any thoughts on the first half, at least from the part that you saw?
Yeah, look, it looked a bit flat, Steve, which probably tells me the story of the first 30 minutes. Hopefully both sides can go in and have a bit of a pep talk and come out, and we'll see some action in the second half. Absolutely right, and keep those comments coming in. Hello to Jack. We'll try and get those scores to you from the 19s and 21s. I'm sure if we rustle around the officials here, we can find out what they were, but we'll be back with you for the second half of this one here at John Cain Memorial Reserve, where it is at half-time. Northcote City 0, North Geelong Warriors 0. Join myself, Steve Curtin, and Craig Filer for the second half of this one. Don't miss it. It's coming up in around 15 minutes.
Hello and welcome back to John Cain Memorial Park here at Northcote City and North Geelong Warriors. It's 0-0 at half time. Thanks for joining us for the second half of this one. Both myself, Steve Curtin, and Craig Filer alongside me for the call. This match, of course, is being played behind closed doors. So wherever you are at home, just jot your name in the comments on Facebook. We'll give you a shout out. Let us know where you're watching from this afternoon. And welcome back to the second half to you. He's been well fed, or he's about to be well fed, because he's been looked after from some cuisine from a function that's going on downstairs, which is all above board because it's fully sanctioned to have a function, of course, just to put that out there. Craig Filer, how are you going?
That was a long-winded introduction. Yeah, I'm all right, Steve. Thanks, mate. I'm looking forward to my Slovakia, I have to say, or Souvlaki, I have to say. North Geelong made a substitution there at half-time, Steve. Coming off was Jamie Nogler. Coming on is Lockie McGrath, who come on the right hand side here. Yeah.
Now here's Cristaldo for Northcote. Square ball inside. Good strike there. Saved well by Flavel. It was another good strike coming in. Luca Tavia, he's been a real live wire for Northcote City this afternoon. And yes, it is a half-time substitution for North Geelong Warriors of interest because, as far as I'm able to investigate, Lockie McGrath hasn't played since when these sides last met in round one.
Yeah, no, that's right. He's been out. He's had rolled his ankle actually in training all that time ago, and has been on the road to recovery. And it's great to see him back because he's a bit of a live wire. He offers something different with his energy and his tenacity to win the ball. And yeah, it's good to see him back on the field.
And back in round one, that 3-3 draw when they last met, he actually scored in that game too. Did Lockie McGrath? He scored one of the 3 goals that North scored. The other 2 were by Luka Jurkovic. And for Northcote City, Luca Tavia, the man who we said has been a live wire this afternoon, he scored a double on that occasion and a single goal to Feston Azizi on that day back in round one. And Azizi is one of the substitutes this afternoon, as they've got a pretty stacked bench, have Northcote City. So we look forward to seeing what their coach, Peter Salakis, can inject into the game as this second half goes on. Skoko now, his first time pass eluded his skipper there in Opperman. Anderson loses out. Boonis. This is Salakides, the marauding right back. Cristaldo. Salakides, sliding challenge by Banovats was perfectly executed there. You saw it in your camera. Watching it at home, we've got Lucas giving you the best shots this afternoon. He's enjoying filming this match of NPL2 and enjoying the fact that football is back. Ball in from out wide on the right was by Salakides, but it just trickled through to Flavel, who's been pretty good this afternoon. He has been called on a few times. Most of the saves, you'd probably say, were fairly regulation for a keeper of his ability, but he has had to make several saves in that first half. And ball changes possession here. This is Opperman looking to release John Pikett down the right-hand side. Ball in, looking for Jurkovic. McGrath was lurking at the back post, and Salakides cleared it away. And there's a bit of a dispute as to who's won the throw in there. It goes to the home side. And match referee, the man in the middle, Daniel Ilevsky, who had 2 touches of the football himself in the first half, which is maybe just about a record for the NPL this season, which resulted in 2 drop balls. This is Anderson now on the left, looking to get around Salakides. It's a little bit isolated, but he does find McGrath. Low ball in, and it asked a few questions of the Northcote City defence, although it didn't look too threatening on the surface. And it was turned behind by Toby Hegel, and the German concedes a corner kick. And a bit of hope from the dead ball opportunity for the Warriors. What do you think the coach's messages would have been at half-time, Craig?
I think from a North's point of view, I think it'll be a little bit more aggressive, certainly in the wide areas. Hence the reason why probably Lockie McGrath's come on for Jamie Nogler. But I was thinking it was, look, at the end of the day, it's about getting game time back into their legs, Steve. I think from a Northcote point of view, do exactly the same. Get the balls into the wide areas where I think they hurt North, certainly in the latter part of the first half there. Get the balls into the wide areas and then get them balls in behind the back four. But look, it'll be an interesting second half. Said certainly nothing like the first game of the season when it was a fantastic goal fest down at Delco Park, but much more cagey affair this one.
Yeah, certainly the opposite of round one when the pitches are hard and firm, balls flying around everywhere. Back then, lots of goals being scored. I just saw James Carvallis stretching the calves, so perhaps he's almost getting a bit of tightness or almost a bit of cramp already in this one. Is the Northcote City skipper.
Yeah, as I said, Steve, earlier on, the pitch is very heavy. Haven't done a lot of training over the last couple of weeks, so I'm sure there'll be a little bit of that over the coming 40 minutes.
That's right. Just makes it a lot harder to run on. Now, Cristaldo hangs it up, and well away there by George Ellis. We've got Jack inquiring as to how your boys went. We did mention it earlier, but just in case he didn't hear that, should we?
Yes, Jack. Unfortunately, the 19s were defeated 4-3 in a fantastic game of football. Plenty of goalmouth action from both sides. A couple of dubious. I'm not allowed to say that. So, referee was no, he wasn't. He was awful. And the under-21s, unfortunately, also lost to 2-1 again to Northcote this afternoon. So 19s and 21s on the end of a defeat, but hopefully the seniors can pull the ratio back and get a win here.
Now, Burness's attempted cross was turned behind for a corner by George Ellis, and Burness looks to go and take the corner himself. Well, in fact, he's going to just delay a moment so that Kevin Lynch, the left footer, can swing the in-swinger into the danger zone here. Once again, players will have their sun in the eyes here. And it's Lynch's corner kick. It goes to the back post. And chance blasted in there. And another good save by Flavel. It was that man again, the number 16, Luca Trevia, who scored a double against North last time. He's looking to find the back of the net, but so far he hasn't troubled the scorers today, as is the case for all 22 players out there at the moment, as it's still locked at 0-0 early in the second half, and it's another corner kick to Northcote City now from this far side. As the referee now, it's now Daniel Olewski shading his eyes from the sun there. It's difficult to see. The corner's hung up over to the back post once again. Burness got a touch, and it just trickles into the hands of Hamish Flavel. Up the line by George Ellis, only as far as Apostolopoulos. Turned over. Pikett loses out. This is risk. Out wide is Cristaldo. Can he take the shot? Well, he just hangs it up again, and good positioning there by Ellis, who just heads it behind for the corner kick. It's the third in quick succession for Northcote City. Good spell of play for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Camped in there in the north half. Interesting on the three corners, Steve, that Northcote have had, or this will be the third. Or this is the first time that Jonathan Burness has gone into the box, which is an interesting ploy, being as he's about 6'3". You'd have thought he would have had the big men in there. But another corner here for Northcote from the stand side will be whipped in, and that's a great save from Flavel again, right on the line.
Well, somehow it looked like for all money that was going across the line, but Flavel just got his body behind it. As you can say, if you want to catch the replay of that one, just double tap your YouTube screen and go back. But don't stop now, because Northcote City are on the charge again. Ooh. This is Dalla Sierra going to ground.
Ooh. It's a dangerous tackle.
He looks to be hurt, and the yellow card has been shown there for the challenge. Just try and catch that one again on our own replay. Looked like it was Banavart who slid in. He was quick to his feet, and it was very close to the penalty area there too, Craig, but just outside.
Yeah, very risky challenge right on the edge of on the edge of the 18-yard box there. But it's a yellow card for Banavac, and an opportunity here for Jonathan Bunas to imagine he's probably going to try and whip this in top right-hand corner as we're looking here, Steve. I think that's my bet.
He will. He might even drive it in low, but it is busy in there, so perhaps that's not the best option given that.
Could be a short one as well, Steve.
Well, fortunately for the players on the end of it, they're not looking into the sun. So as Boona stands over this one, he's driven in and punched away well by Flavel. He must be about the player of the match so far, at least for the Warriors, as far as they're concerned. It's a big leap by Opperman, did well, and then won it again at ground level, looking for Pikett, and then Boonas wins it back. This is Lynch. Really long shadows across the pitch now. And, of course, a good bit of trivia is the fact that this is one of very few pitches in Victoria that have goals running east to west, which is fine sometimes, like on training nights. But as you can see, it's quite difficult at the moment for the players. Very, very long shadows out there. As Dalla Sierra gets into the area, will he pull the trigger? Dalla Sierra straight at Flavel. Well, that was a chance, and he just ends up seated on the grass there. As Craig's mentioned, the heavy track, if you were talking about horse racing, it must be about a heavy 6. It's pretty slow going out there on this heavy pitch, and it's taking its toll on these players who are just lacking a bit of match fitness after that 28-day layoff between games.
Yeah, but I think Northcote are adapting to it much better than the North players at the moment. I think they're a lot smoother with their passing, a lot quicker with their passing. Certainly looking to get behind the back four of North at every opportunity. So it's obviously a ploy that they've looked at, and just North just at the back four just need to be aware of those balls in behind.
That
wasted pass there.
Ball aimed at Cosdra. It's a bit long, and Northcote will have a goal kick. They'll take their time in doing so. Their substitutes are warming up on the bench this afternoon for Northcote City: Kyon Jing Jeong, Feston Azizi, Noah Mihalides, Johnny Apostolopoulos, and the subkeeper Gabriel Matti. As Banavac goes back to Flavel, touched by Skoko. Another good first-time pass by him. Pikett goes to ground and doesn't win the throw. Players remaining on the bench for North Geelong Warriors at the moment: Thomas Hidditch, Julian Cassano, Ben Russell, and Yuji Kin. So Yuji Kin, of course, scored in their last outing, the 1-1 draw with top-of-the-table Brunswick City. McGrath goes flying through the air there. He had a tussle with Salakides. This is Michael Anderson. Solid tackle there by Bunas, and he just struts away with the ball.
He's a unit, isn't he?
He's just pulling the strings in midfield out there as well. He just says, come to me, I'll pass it to your feet. This is McGrath, though. Great to see him back out there playing football again after a long layoff. As another chance here developing for the home side. It's Risk in that sunlight on the far side. Bunas now. This is George Salakides. He's got a bit of space in front of him. He's going to pull the trigger. Well, he got a full head of steam up there, did Salakides, and he thought, well, why not? It wasn't his best attempt. So say the tired legs could be kicking in again, I think.
Yeah, look, worth an effort. Worth an effort from there. But it was unfortunately high, wide, and not so handsome. But just mentioned Yuji Kin. I think we're probably going to see him in a moment. He's been one of the unlucky players who lives outside of Geelong, lives in Melbourne, and obviously hasn't been able to train. So that'll be part of the thinking with Stuart Beggs and the coaching staff as to why he's on the bench today. But it looks as if he's getting stripped and will be joining the game very shortly. And he's a class player. He can play in very, very tight situations and can certainly open up defences. So that's what they'll be looking for when he comes on, no doubt.
Yeah, scored a pretty handy goal in their last outing, as well as a pretty fine finish in their 1-1 draw. As we around to the 60th minute, as we said, both of these sides in their last outing scored their only goal in their respective matches in the 60th minutes. Both Noah Mihalides and Yuji Kin. Ironically, both of those players are on the bench at the moment. Ball into the penalty area. Jerkovic, pressure from two Northcote City opponents. A bit of an arm wrestle there. Jerkovic went to ground. And it's away by Bunis. He's looking for Dalla Sierra. He's using the full width of the pitch there. Stosic goes back to Flavel. Flavel goes long once again. It's a header from Salakides, goes right up in the air. Another header by Salakides. Tavia. And he's got Risk out wide on the left. Enjoying the sunshine out there is Anthony Risk. Bunis. Carvallis' ball forward. Salakides. North Geelong camped in a defensive structure at the moment. This is Lynch. Risk. He looks to get around Alice. Get a ball into the back of the 6-yard box. Goes up and down it comes. McGrath plays it forward. Only as far as Carvallis. And now Bunis. Trying to dictate the play again. He's been doing that so well this afternoon. Good battle here between Cosdra and Cristaldo. And it's the North Geelong player that wins out on this occasion. And we're going to see a change now, Craig.
Yeah, it looks Northcote coming off the pitch is Anthony Risk. As you said, Steve has come back into the side today, and coming on is number 11, I think, Noah Mihalidis.
That's right, Mihalidis, the man who scored from the spot in the last outing.
And coming off for North Geelong is number 11, Johnny Pikett. Coming on for taking his place is Yuji King. So as the aforementioned, Yuji King will come on and play the last 35 minutes of the game.
There you go. Another bit of trivia I learned at halftime. Noah Mihalidis, who just come onto the field for Northcote City, played a bit of junior football alongside Steve Demetriou, who's one of our linesmen today.
Well, there we go. Obviously, Steve obviously didn't make it as a footballer then, and no, decided to go his path elsewhere.
He's doing the right thing. One of our young officials, 21-year-old linesman. He's doing a great job. He's into his third year, and it's a good advertisement for many other youngsters who don't want to go on and play that tough competitive football but still be involved. And there's a very good pathway these days through the NPL system to the top flight of Australian football if you want to go the distance. And we also need many more officials to come forward and have a go at the whistle or the flag, because we've definitely got a shortage at the moment after the year off last year. We're a little bit short. Officials are doubling up and tripling up every weekend, so I'm sure they wouldn't mind doing one less game each weekend.
Yeah, Jamie has a paddy on the far side of us here. He's also a young ref. I think he's only 18. So he's experienced it. I know he's been on the line in State League 3, State League 4 for the last couple of years, so it's great to see him get an opportunity in the NPL as well.
This is Offerman looking to play a crafty 1-2 with Anderson. Now Bunis is driving this one long for Cristaldo. And he can't get on the end of it. There's Cristaldo. 3 goals this season in NPL2. 2 of them came for his former club, Moreland City, who he moved across from during last month. As we said, Northcote City, a couple of signings, mid-season signings. He was one of them. The other one, Toby Heagle, the central defender, who peculiarly wears number 9. Yellow card, second of the afternoon, goes to the substitute, Lockie McGrath, who's continuing the discussions to plead his innocence. Might catch that one again on the replay.
Yeah, I think he tried to, was pulling Jonathan Bunas back. Trying to grab his shirt, or did grab his shirt, but he'd have to do very well to get the shirt off his back, wouldn't he?
Yeah, doing very well to try and pull Jonathan Bunas off the ball. He's such a presence in the centre of the park. Now, just a little bit of confusion here among the Northcote players. I think it's as to who will stay back for this set piece. And in the end, the man who draws the short straw is George Salakides, who's going to stay back as the deepest defensive outfield player. As Lynch prepares to swing in this free kick to the far post, it's got a lot on it and a little bit too much. As the breeze is only minuscule, but it's just starting to pick up a little bit. It's been a very still afternoon here at the home of Northcote City. As the shadows increase, the breeze has increased a fraction. That kick was just a little bit too strong.
Yep, absolutely. It seems to have. It doesn't look like there's a lot of wind, but it's certainly the temperature's dropped in the last 10 minutes for sure.
Yeah, it is not warm at all here in the grandstand. Don't be fooled by the sun out on the field. Maybe those substitutes on the far side are being warmed, but we certainly not. Now, this ball has been played through, and it's going to stay in for Ryan Offman. Flag stays down. Ryan Offman, he's got options in the middle. Yuji Kin's one of them. Carvallis read the cross very well. It turns it behind for a North Geelong corner kick. So a bright moment there for North Geelong, and it's sort of been few and far between in the last 15 minutes or so for them. Yeah,
they've been camped in their own half for sure, and opportunity now. And if it was me, I'd be putting this ball on the goalkeeper because the sun's shining in right in his eyes, and on cue he hides the sun from his eyes. So put that ball into that area there for me, and get one of the big lads, Luka Jurkovic or Anthony Banovic, on the end of it. That's exactly what they've done. And here we go, Anthony Banovic right on cue.
Well, exactly as you said there, Craig. Kozdra's corner kick found the head of the central defender, Anthony Banovic, and didn't go into the back of the net, but in any case, the foul was given there for an infringement of some sort of push. But I think Northcote City's goalkeeper, Philip Petrovsky, could be forgiven for asking for a pair of sunnies for the rest of this game, because he has got a almighty task to see what's going on. As we can see him out of pitch on the left of our vision, he's shielding his eyes for the whole time. He's going to have a sore shoulder by the end of this match. Ball forward, Anderson brings it down. He's got Carvallis to beat, and Carvallis read it so well there, did the Northcote City skipper. Plays it to Boonis. Salakides now, charging forward. Cristaldo. Good block by Kozdrav, and it releases McGrath, and McGrath can go again the other way. The match opens up, looking to get around Carvallis. He's done well, he's found Offman, flag goes up. The finish from Offman was exquisite, but the decision goes against North Geelong on this occasion. So now both sides have found the back of the net, only to be ruled out by the linesman's flag on the far side.
Just having a look at that one, Steve, I think it might come off the defender of Northcote there. I actually think Lockie McGrath played it onto the back, one of the players coming back.
Salakides may have got a touch on there, and this is what we spoke about actually on Football Out West last Sunday night, Craig, about the inconsistency with that kind of interpreting between something we saw in the A-League finals and something we saw in the Euros involving that goal for Lukaku last week. As Jurkovic, well, he's a big unit, Jurkovic, but he was out-muscled there by the German Toby Hegel. Strong tackle by Banovic, who's already on a yellow card.
He needed to win that one.
And he timed it very well. Now, this is Stosic looking to bring the ball forward. Sends it long. Finds Offman, who's pushing further up the field in the last few minutes as the skipper, Ryan Offman, to get up there and support Luka Jurkovic. Carvallis calling for support. It's just one mistake now that could be the decisive moment in this game, as we're moving in towards that final 20 minutes. Salakides. Carvallis. All the way back to Petrovsky. North Geelong maintaining their defensive shape behind the ball. Lynch. This is Hegel. And now Boonis. Well, Northcote City can't see a way through at the moment.
No, defending stoutly there, North Geelong. And a through ball that's going to go up for a throw, and Cristaldo's not getting that. But good positional play there from North Geelong, just making Northcote keep the ball in the right areas, which is in their own half. And looks like we're getting another substitution, Steve.
Yeah, it's a chance here for Kyonjing Juong to come onto the field for Northcote City. He's one of those players who started their last outing, and the man coming off there, Costa Apostolopoulos, who's had a busy afternoon in centre midfield. So looks like a fairly like-for-like change there in the middle of the park there for the hosts. As the players shield their eyes as Flavel drives this goal kick into the opposite half. Flicked on well by Jurkovic, well played by him. Anderson and Salakidis in a foot race, and Northcote concede the throw in. Taken by Lockie McGrath. In fact, Kosdra will take the throw. North can get some players forward. Anderson and Kosdra. Can he get a good cross in here? He hangs it up. And good contest there, but the foul goes against Jurkovic. Jumped shoulder to shoulder with Filip Petrevski.
Really annoys me that, Steve. There's two players going for the ball. Both had eyes on the ball, and it always goes back to the goalkeeper. And I never understand that why the referee can't give it as a fair tackle. It wasn't malicious.
Well, from one end to the other, Northcote City looking to attack. Boonis can't lock it in, and Kosdra comes and picks his pocket. And McGrath's touch showed too much of the ball to Salakidis. Change of direction.
It's well played.
Cristaldo, great play there, and Kosdra grabbed the shirt. He's going to go into the book for this one. It's just outside the area. And Cristaldo plunged to the turf inside the box, but the infringement was outside. It was very much a professional foul by Kosdra, who knew he was just outside, knew he was beaten. It's probably the definition of the professional foul.
Yeah, it was one of those ones of, is it a clever foul or is it a silly foul? And he knew exactly what he was doing there as soon as he got around him. Cristaldo got around him. It was pulled him back, maybe to stop an opportunity on goal, which would have been. But opportunity here for Northcote now. Kevin Lynch with a left footer in swinger.
Yeah, he's going to drive this one across into the 6-yard box. Is Kevin Lynch. Little stuttering run up, blasted, and good save again, Flavel. Must be up to almost double-figure saves for the afternoon, Hamish Flavel.
Yeah, very rarely has a poor game, does Hamish Flavel. He's one of their stalwarts in the squad, and never lets you down.
Yeah, he's had a good footballing journey. He went out and cut his teeth out at Golden Plains in the state leagues for a few years, come back to North Geelong, and he hasn't put a foot wrong. He's been as good as their best this afternoon. And chance over the top there, Luca Chavia. Interesting footwear for Luca Chavia. He's got the boots. They're yellow on one side and black on the outsides and black on the inside. So whichever side you see him from, looks like he's wearing odd boots. It's actually not the case. And we've got two balls on the field. So there you go. That's your A-League memes bingo there. It was going to happen at some point, and it has, especially without a crowd here to fetch the ball. Lucky for the high fencing. Flavel drives it over the halfway line again. Come off the shoulder of Jurkovic. He might have been having his shirt tugged, but doesn't get the decision. And Skjoko's ball goes over the top, and it runs too long for Offman and straight through to Petrovski. Chance for Lynch to surge forward. Plays it out wide. Boonis' first time pass. Flavel with the tip away. And Northcote City looking dangerous at the moment. Tavia. Boonis. Boonis with a long-range attempt. Didn't hit it with as much gusto as he would have liked. Up the field by Flavel, looking for Jurkovic. Flicks it on well. It's a chance here for Anderson. He can strike it, and he just scuffed it a little bit. It still was on target, but it was easy for Phil Petrovski to pick up. And Geelong surging forward, the substitute. Cristaldo. Flag stays down for Christopher Cristaldo. And wow, big chance there, and it was blocked well by Matthew Stosic, who got the foot in. Turns it over the crossbar.
Yeah, great opportunity the other side of that, Steve. But sorry, great opportunity in the north end there from Anthony Anderson. Really should have done better with that. It was neither a shot or a cross, but a player of his quality probably should have done better than that. And then straight down the other end, Cristaldo gets the ball and makes a great run into the box, and as you said, a great block from Matthew Stozic.
Well, it's yet another corner for the hosts, taken by Lynch. Boonis was there for the header. Well, there was two of them queuing up for that one. He puts his hands on his head as it ends up going behind for a goal kick here at John Cain Memorial Park, with the city skyline in the background of your pictures there, as Flavel takes this goal kick. Again flicked on by Jurkovic. That seems to be the set play at the moment. Skoko. Boonis. Dalla Sierra. It's an interesting player, Dalla Sierra. He comes in and out of the game, and when he gets involved, he gets very involved. Then you see patches where he's out of the game for a moment. He's slotted back into that real number 9 position at the moment, as Anderson can keep this ball in. Gets a decent cross. Jurkovic is there, and the keeper's spilled it. No whistle. Well,
see, there we go. There's the inconsistency we were speaking about earlier on, Steve, because that's no different to the corner of the cross that came in earlier on.
Well, actually, we saw Daniel Ilevsky there point gesture to wave play on, which I think he was gesturing advantage. So I think he was indicating that he thought that was also a foul as well. So maybe consistently harsh or consistently a protected species are the goalkeepers. As Cristaldo has played his final part of this match. He's been busy down the right-hand side. And I just didn't catch who came on to replace him. But it looks like Feston Azizi is out there. So Feston Azizi, the player who scored in this fixture last time, is now out there on the park.
It looks like Michael Anderson is down for North Geelong.
We might see Stuart Begg go to the bench here. I think the players won't mind a little bit of a delay for a bit of a breather, because they are getting fairly tired after the layoff. We've got some scores from Brenton Ray, and thank you once again, Brenton. These are progress scores. Moreland City 0, Pascoe Vale 1, Werribee City 1, Kingston City 2, Manningham United Blues 1, Lang Warren 0. That would be an upset. In NPL3, Doveton 3, Whittlesea 1, North Sunshine Eagles 2, Geelong 2. After North Sunshine squandered a 2-0 lead. Melbourne City 1, Preston Lions. I believe that's Preston Lions 0. We'll have to confirm that one.
That'll be a big result.
It will be. They've been in very, very good form, Preston Lions, this season. This is Yuji Kin. Great turn and change of direction by him. Plays it out wide to the flank. Ball in. McGrath's there. He doesn't have height on his side, and he would have needed to have been 7 foot to reach that one. Well, it's all to play for there. There's 3 points on offer out there. It's going to be a big last 10 minutes here as the action continues to hot up out on the park. It's certainly cooling down here off it.
Another comment from our roving reporter, Mr. Brenton Ray here, Steve. Slice of tomato alert. Dandenong City are down to 9 men. Dandenong City Stephen Topolovic is shown a second slice of cheese after a scuffle and is sent off. Great wording, Brenton. Thanks for the update, mate.
Yeah, it's funny, I've never actually heard slice of tomato used before for a red card, only the cheese for the yellow. Now, Mihalidis is on the ball here, the man who scored in their last outing. Now, he may have won the corner there, but the ball's adjudged to have stayed in. Of course, the whole ball has got across that line. Linesman felt that it didn't on that occasion, as Flavel just rolls the arm over and sends this one out to that right-hand side. Ball forward looking for Anderson. Brings it down in the chest. He's done well there. Looking to get around Hegel. He's got options of support. One of them's Opperman. This is Ryan Opperman looking to play the return pass to Anderson, but it was well read by Lynch. Feston Azizi just plays it back. Now Boonis.
Goal alert for you, Steve. Preston Lions take the lead through Chris Davis. So it's 2-1 now to Preston Lions.
There you go. Preston Lions, Melbourne City. That sounds like an enticing battle, that one. Now, North Geelong on the charge here.
That's a great run from George Ellis.
Ellis. Still he goes, Ellis, over the top to Jurkovic. He goes to ground. He was in the area and he's told to get up. Danielewski having none of that. And now it's coming back the other way. Mihalidis plays it inside. This is Taviro. Only as far as Opperman. Well, the game's stretched now. If there's going to be a goal, it's going to come in the next few minutes. As George Ellis, he's maintained his advanced position. He's out wide on the right. Plays the ball in. Jurkovic is there, and Anderson.
There it is.
Michael Anderson has tapped home from 6 yards. And, well, we said the goal was about to come, Craig.
Yeah, it's certainly opened up in the last couple of minutes, and a little bit of a positional change there. I think Ryan Opperman's gone into the right back slot to give George Ellis some freedom down the line there, and obviously he's done wonders because he's just made a fantastic goal for Michael Anderson. Great goal, 1-0 to North Geelong.
So there you have it, Anderson scoring on 81 minutes. The players are almost too tired to celebrate that goal, which is remarkable stuff here.
I think that might be his last outing. Julian Cassano's about to come on, so I would imagine that Michael Anderson, who went down with a bit of cramp earlier on, is going to come off, and that's exactly what's happened. So his last touch of the goal of the ball was the finish.
Well, talk about going out on a high, because at the moment that is the decisive goal in this match, and the 3 points will be going back to Alco Park as it stands. As Northcote City, who've made a lot of the running in this match, and particularly in this second half, standing with hands on hips. They look the fresher of the two sides, and they're going to come at North Geelong hard in these final minutes of this game.
Yeah, very much against the run of play though, Steve. We talked about it just now. Northcote were very much camped in the North Geelong half for the majority of the second half, and have been caught by the counter-attack.
That's right. You wonder if Michael Anderson, looked like he was gone for all money about 10 minutes or so ago. He was sat down on the ground. We were looking over to see what sub would be made, and he stayed on the field, and perhaps he was almost so tired he just stayed up there on the last man. And although he's been playing in a midfield role today, we've seen him playing in more advanced roles in his younger days. And he knows where to position himself, and he was in the right place at the right time there. He found himself unmarked in the 6-yard box and tapped home what was an easy finish for a player of his ability. We were looking almost for a flag to go up. It was almost surreal with the no crowd reaction. Well, we probably almost sounded a little bit subdued ourselves because we were expecting some more noise, but even the players were too exhausted themselves as the ball flies. You saw it there. Lucas nearly got a touch on the camera, but it was my co-commentator, Mr. Filer, showing he's still got it. Well, it might have slipped out of his grasp, but he only had one left hand available to clutch that one in. So there you go. Daniel Alevsky, the referee's got 2 touches. Now Craig Filer's got 1 touch. What an afternoon of football we've had. Yeah,
it was a bad pass from Banovic, to be fair. I wanted it at my feet, but I had to use my hands, Steve. But I'll chat with him about that later on. Yeah,
certainly. To quote another code, certainly wasn't lace out, that one. Salakidis pass looking for Mihalidis, and Kozra put his body between he and the opponent, but play goes on. Salakidis, and again there, Banovic, he's looking to clear the ball into the grandstand now, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, Jonathan Boonas getting frustrated. We've got 2 balls on the pitch here, Steve. I think, Jonathan Boonas getting a little bit frustrated in the middle of the park, and I think, they've had a lot of the play, a lot of the ball, and haven't been able to finish these opportunities off, and obviously find themselves 1-0 down with 10 minutes.
Yep. And Boonas' ball in the 6-yard box. It's again cleared by Banovic. Score from Hume reserve from Santino in State League 1. Cryo 1-0 up with a Vedran Stojanovic goal. So that'll be a vital 3 points if Cryo can get over the line there. Shout out Santino. Now, James Carvallis is not impressed with the decision-making here by Daniel Ilevsky. You may have heard it there, and Salakidis has gone in very, very hard on Julian Cassano, the substitute, who gets up and jogs it off, but you think that, there you go, the slice of cheese is shown to Salakidis, who just unloaded a pile of frustration in that challenge on Julian Cassano, who's just rolling his sleeves over his hands to try and keep warm. He's only just come onto the park. He's thinking, well, I didn't deserve that. Up the field by Flavel. Jerkovic will be the target. And good header, though, by the substitute, Geelong. Here's Geelong again. Mihalidis.
Oh, great little flick.
Tried the trick, but didn't quite come off. McGrath's going to take the throw. Oh, he's going to slow it down. So time running out here for Northcote City. This will be a couple of losses on the bounce for them if they go down here. After they going into this match in 4th place. This is Feston Azizi. He's a live wire out on the left. He's going to come inside and fire a shot at Flavel. And again, Flavel just parries that one away. He's easily into double figures in saves this afternoon there, Hamish Flavel. He's been fantastic. Feston Azizi, he's a dangerous individual. If North Geelong give him too much space, he will make them pay. And it will be he that goes over to take the in-swinging corner kick. So it's all hands on deck for North Geelong in defence now. Ball in, bounces in the 6-yard box. It's a dangerous area, and Cassano's in there first to clear it away. Under pressure from Carvallis, who blocks it, and Cassano gets it again onto McGrath. He needs to just hold it up here. Now, Offerman's moved a little bit too soon there, and the flag goes up, and we thought we might have seen that played as advantage because Offerman didn't take a touch on the ball. But Daniel Ilevsky, our referee, is insisting that that is taken from the spot there where it was signalled by the linesman. This is Carvallis. Dalla Sierra diving at that ball in front of Stosic. Jerkovic wins the header well, but it goes over the head of Cassano. Salakidis ball inside. This is Geelong. Jerkovic now. Offerman.
Big switch. Yeah, there we go. Big switch. I was just saying, if it's on, it's a great first touch as well from Lockie McGrath, and I think that's going to be a free kick on the edge of the box.
Yeah, well, he thought long and hard about it there, but there was no touch on the ball.
Second red. Yeah, yellow.
And
slice of tomato, Steve.
There you go. Well, Brenton Ray's given us the slice of tomato alert from around the grounds, but we've seen the red card right here, and it's 2 yellows in very quick succession there to the number 22, George Salakidis. He's been excellent this afternoon, and that foul there you can understand, but it was the previous foul that he was booked for that was unnecessary, and that's what he'll pay the price for by means of receiving a second yellow card. And that hurts Northcote's chances now. Down to 10 men in the last 5 minutes here. A goal down and now a man down.
Yeah, Northcote definitely getting frustrated. You can probably hear and apologise to anybody that can hear any of the language off the pitch, but it is very, very eerily quiet here with no spectators. But if you are watching the game from home, hope you enjoy certainly the second half, and hopefully you'll be back at the grounds very, very soon.
That's right. Well, at this stage, as far as we know, we look forward to welcoming fans back to the games in Metro Melbourne next week. As Offerman looks to place this free kick. Well, he's only succeeded in placing that one into the fence in front of the netball courts there, so unable to double North Geelong's lead there. So back to all hands on deck to defend their lead for these final few minutes. This would make it a string of 3 very good results for North Geelong since Stuart Begg has taken charge. Over the head by Dalla Sierra, but there was no one there to receive it. This runs all the way through to Kevin Lynch. He's one of the fresher looking players out there, and he's been busy all afternoon. Azizi goes to ground under the challenge by Cassano. I think they wanted to take the advantage there, but it didn't eventuate. And Northcote need to get this ball, take it down stationary and taken as quick as they can. Boonis to Carvelis. He's got it all in front of him. Mihalides. This is Geelong. Decent ball looking for Dalla Sierra, but it was well read by Banavarts there, Craig.
Well read by Banavarts and a decent clearance from Matthew Stozic. I think just North now need just keep their shape, keep the discipline, watch the runners, and don't fall asleep in this last 2 or 3 minutes now and see the game out.
Now we've got a bit of news about the time added on here, Craig, as well. It'll be 5 minutes. So still chance for Northcote, admittedly with only 10 players.
Yeah, North Geelong need to keep the ball now, Steve. Just keep the ball and make it as difficult and as awkward as they can. Don't go chasing the goal. Don't need to do that. Just need to keep the ball now and work it around the pitch and stretch Northcote as much as they can.
Well, Jurkovic had a good piece of his opponent's shirt there, but it remarkably didn't go into the book. Almost as if Daniel Olewski didn't want to allow any more time to be used up. Didn't brandish the yellow card. Now, that was a late challenge, was deemed by Mihalides, so it's actually a free kick rather than a throw-in. Bit of a collision in midair, and Flavel will take this free kick. It's about 4 minutes of stoppage time left. Will we have a grandstand finish? This is McGrath now. His first game since round 1. He's going for the corner flag. And Northcote get the decision. Carvelis receiving from Geelong. Back to the substitute, and then Carvelis goes over the top. Cassano, that ball just bounced awkwardly in front of him. And now the talisman Boonis. And he's gone to ground. And now Cassano receives the yellow card. So no bookings in the first half, and it's been a spate of yellow cards since half time. Particularly in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's all getting a little bit heated out there now, Steve. And Northcote know they've got to do something quickly. They've had the majority of the game, certainly in the second half, and they're getting a little bit frustrated. They haven't got their rewards.
Now, Skoko switched the play well here. Another chance for McGrath to run at the Northcote City skipper. Ball through for Offman, who glanced across his right shoulder to see if the flag was up. It was. Offside against the North Geelong skipper. Carvelis drives it out wide. This is Azizi. Geelong. Tavia. Mihalides looks to get around Kosdra. Tavia, can he get there? No, he can't. Good clearance by Stosic, doing the basic things well. That's what will get North Geelong over the line here. So we get close to 5 o'clock local time here. It's I think sunset today is scheduled for about 5:06 as Boonis goes into the area. Mihalides is there. Mihalides finds the back of the net. Oh my goodness, well, who would have thought that they could find a goal with 10 men in such a tight time frame, and they've done it. It's the substitute, Noah Mihalides, scoring in a second consecutive game for him, coming on in the second half and scoring. Well, he's broken the hearts of the North Geelong defence there, who've been resolute. And, well, as far as Northcote City are concerned, they'll say that's little more than they deserve, a share of the points, but it won't make North Geelong feel any less disappointed to concede a goal at that time, Craig.
No, and probably more so in the manner that they conceded it, Steve. You know, it was a ball that could have been cleared. It didn't get cleared, and to allow a player of Miliadis' quality to have 2 touches in such a tight area there is scandalous for a defensive group. But very disappointing from a North perspective. But I think, as you say, Steve, I think Northcote City will be saying it's just what they deserve, because they have been probably the better side throughout the game.
Well, McGrath had his run check there by Geelong. And Northcote City, they're in a hurry to take this goal kick because I think they can score another one here, the 10 men. That was a fourth goal of the season for Noah Mihalidis, so he's having another good year. Lynch over the top, intercepted by Banavats, and who's got the final punch in this one? Skoko just diverted that one out for a throw in front of the bench, and we've got full time here as the subdued silence comes across John Cain Memorial Park. It's a 1-1 result, and the players slump to the ground, but they can hold their heads high because they've given us an entertaining match after their month layoff from football. They're back into action, and that was a very good second half, Craig.
Yeah, it certainly was much better than the first half, but yeah, very disappointing from a North Geelong perspective. But as I said, I think exactly what Northcote City would have expected. For me, the better side, although North Geelong defended stoutly throughout the game and unfortunately gave away the equaliser with 30 seconds ago to go in the game. But yeah, a good game of football.
So you see the stats there, Northcote City with 16 attempts on goal, 10 on target, North Geelong with 6 and 5 on target. The goals in that one, if you missed them, on 81 minutes, it was North Geelong's number 8, Michael Anderson, scoring from close range before an injury time finish from Northcote City substitute Noah Mihalidis to ensure that the points were shared here at John Cain Memorial Park this afternoon as the sun sets here in Melbourne's northern suburbs. It's time for us to say goodbye, Craig, but we'll get to speak again tomorrow night.
We certainly will, Steve, yeah, on the Football Out West show tomorrow night. With give it a little bit of a plug now, and it's tomorrow evening. We've got Nick Stoll from Up to Sports who's going to be coming on and talking to us about the Euros, and as well as we've got the ex-Socceroo captain Paul Wade joining us to talk about the Socceroos exploits out there in the qualifiers.
There you go. Well, thank you for your company this afternoon, Craig Filer. It's been a pleasure to bring this game to you, and we know that you've been forced to watch it from home, but yeah, as we say, hopefully you can come back to the grounds and watch the games all across Melbourne and in the regions next week as Northcote City leave the field. They secured that late result there of getting the point there, while North Geelong, they remain on the field having a chat with Stuart Begg. They've got to back up again for a home fixture against Avondale in the FFA Cup. That's taking place this Tuesday night at Elco Park, while Northcote City, their next match will be right here, same time, same place. Next Saturday they will play Lang Warren, what will be also another fascinating match in NPL2. We hope you've enjoyed it this afternoon. Thanks for joining myself, Steve Curtin, and Craig Filer for this match. But from John Cain Memorial Park here, it is Northcote City 1, North Geelong 1. Thank you for joining us, and good night.